Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of leaked cards coming out in Secrets of Eternity or Secrets of Evolution if you are in the OCG. But we got a returning fan favorite now in Synchro form, the Metaphys Horus Dragon. So it's a light worm Synchro effect, generic, which means any deck has access to it, and it kind of depends on what you're playing though, because it gets different effects depending on what you're using as non-tuner materials. So if this card is Synchro Summon, you can apply the following effect based on the card type of its non-tuner materials. I'm assuming you can get more than one effect unless they change the wording on this. But anyways, if you use a normal monster during this turn, this card is unaffected by other card effects. If you use an effect monster, you can target one other face-up card on the field and negate its effects. But if you use a pendulum monster, your opponent gives you control of one monster they control. It cannot attack during this turn. I think that's probably one of the best effects. Being able to just take your opponent's monsters is something that's very difficult, I would say, in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Most of those cards usually end up getting banned. But now we got some more support for some wind-ups. So Continuous Trap, and it says that you cannot activate this card 1 and 2 effects on the same chain. Once per turn, you can target one machine type XYZ monster you control, attach one wind-up monster from your field or hand to it as material. You can send this face-up card in your spell and trap zone to the graveyard, then target one wind-up XYZ monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck one wind-up monster that is one rank higher than the monster you control by using it as the XYZ material. This special summon is treated as XYZ summon. XYZ monsters attached to that monster also become XYZ materials on the summoned monster. That's pretty awesome. It's like you XYZ on top of XYZ, and Zen Mayo is still a very strong card in the game. Being able to pop 2 set cards, I think that will probably see a little bit more play, especially since that deck has basically access to like level 5s already, or rank 5s I should say. Who knows, maybe we will actually get some more crazier rank 7s or rank 6 wind-up monsters in the game. I'm just waiting for that other wind-up support. But we've got more support for Gem Knights, which I kind of completely forgot about. But anyways, this is Lapis Lazuli's burn, it's Gem Knight Lady Lapis Lazuli. So, for some reason they mentioned it's 500, those who can't remember the effect. But anyways, it's a level 5 Earth fusion monster. Well, it's a Gem Knight. Their best boss monsters, of course, are the fusions. But anyways, it requires a Gem Knight Lapis, and that is a new card, which we'll briefly talk about. And it requires one Gem Knight monster. So it must be fusion summoned by using the above cards as material. You can only special one of them per turn. Once per turn, you can send one Gem Knight monster from your main deck or extra deck to the graveyard. And if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each special summon monster on the field. That's actually pretty good. Each special summon monster on the field, obviously that'll be minimum 500, and Gem Knights can spam out pretty hard. And I'm thinking if your opponent goes for a big pendulum play, and you happen to have the ability to just go for Gem Knight fusions over and over, and this card has a decent effect too. So I'm thinking maybe you can open up some potential, just like burn them out for multiple thousands, and you can just go ahead and make it game. So that's actually pretty strong, being able to just burn your opponent for, I mean, if the entire field is completely clogged, that's going to be 500 times 10. So that could be potentially 5,000. I mean, it's not like it's going to happen too often. Gem Knights can definitely throw out 5 monsters. So like maybe at least 2,500. Not that bad. And her effect is definitely very viable. And now we can briefly talk about the Gem Knight Lapis, which you need to bring it out. And look, it's a normal monster. So have fun with that. But I want to mention real quickly that in the OCG, Rabbit is at 3, so that makes Gem Knights much better. Also, Evil Stormer is much popular in the OCG, and they play multiple Rabbits because of that. I'm surprised Dino Rabbit doesn't see more play. Like, Macro Cause was still a very strong card in the game, but we don't need to talk about Lapis just because it's a normal monster. But anyways, we got some Constellar support over here, so it's a normal spell card that says you can only use the second effect of Constellar Twinkle once per turn. Target one Constellar monster you control, have it gain 1 or 2 levels. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one Constellar monster from your graveyard, add this card from your graveyard to your hand. I don't really know if this is very viable for the archetype. I feel like the Constellar is at cost, which can increase the level of like 2 things, so I don't know how viable that is. And then, of course, we got some more support for X-Sabers. Man, there's just so much new support coming out in the Secrets of Evolution or Eternity. But this is Gotham's Emergency Convocation. So it's a normal spell card that says you can only activate one of them per turn. And during the turn you activate this card, you cannot enter your battle phase. If you control an X-Saber Synchro monster, target 2 X-Saber monsters in your graveyard, special summon those 2 targets, ignoring their summoning conditions. their attack becomes 0 and they are destroyed during the end phase. And I was thinking, how can we really abuse this card? Well, you know what? Gotham's is a pretty high level. If I remember right, Gotham's is level 10. I was like, well, if you get 2 Gotham's, you can go for Gustav Max. And maybe I was trying to think if I could somehow make a deck that can make like 1 X-Saber Synchro and then just keep on dumping cards from your extra deck in the graveyard. At the moment, I can only think of Gale Dagra, but maybe we'll be able to use those Nakloths and just start dumping stuff from the extra deck. So if you could somehow figure out how to dump multiple Gothams and just keep on going for Gustav Max, because Gustav Max, that's 2,000 points of burn damage, and obviously they're destroyed during the end phase, so XYZ or Synchro with them is pretty good, and it's just 2 X-Saber monsters, so it doesn't have to be Gothams. You can go for, you know, more Synchros, and you can still go for cards like 101, or a Castell, where you're still able to actually get rid of your opponent's monster. So not being able to go to that battle phase sometimes is not necessary when you're able to maybe go for Cowboy Burn for game, or Black Ship of Corn just cause a lot of problems. But I'll leave the link down in the description box, so I'll provide the source for where I've got this, which was from the organization page. Their page is pretty awesome. But so glad to see Horus coming back to the game. The Konami hasn't forgotten about those old fan favorites. But I think we need to see some more support for the level up archetype, because that archetype basically has died off. But we're getting ritual support, and the rituals will be pretty strong in the next upcoming formats. But anyways, that'll be the Nakloth. That's a little bit later on. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know, what card are you most excited about? I'm actually more excited about the X-Saber card than anything, because I feel like I can figure out how to do some crazy shenanigans with this. Even though you can only activate 1 per turn, there's still a bunch of other X-Sabers on board that we just don't know what is out here yet. So, and I really did love the X-Saber archetype. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and like I said, let me know which one is your favorite card out of these that we talked about. But thanks for watching, guys. Azneyes out.